This is the part I have been dreading just because there's so much to go through. My collectible stuff. I'm going to have to separate. Now, everything that's collectible, I'm going to try to sell at a yard sale. Or take to a place that takes collectibles and gives you like a little bit of cash. They rip you off. Or a little more store credit, but I don't need to buy anything else. So, I have more Harry Potter stuff than anything else. I do have a few Pink Floyd. I've got Hairspray. Let's look. Oh my god, I can't even get through this. This has got stuff in it. Okay, these two are empty, so if we can put these on top of the casket, babe, just to get them out of the way, that would help a ton. Thank you. Yeah, this is a problem, is trying to find places to put stuff while you're trying to get rid of stuff. So I have, gosh, I've never really shown my whole collection, I don't think. So that's going to be sold. I have a 60s, I think that's from the 60s, lamp and the Hairspray. And I had just started collecting these Harry Potter dolls. But they're going to go. My Pink Floyd. I've got wall toys. Guys, they have not made these. This is from series 1. So they haven't made this stuff in a hecka long time. And then, oh god, I see, I've still got Pink Floyd books too. Jeez, guys. I need somebody that appreciates music to get these. And then I've got toys, I've got toys, I've got toys, I've got posters. I just took my Harry Potter books to my sister. I've read them billions of times, so I'm alright. Oh god. Let's see. Marauder's map, and oh, I've got all the little zooms of the Haunted Mansion stuff. That's gonna go. Okay guys, this is one of my pride and joys. I've had this since the Return of the Jedi came out. This is a Return of the Jedi card playing game, and it's awesome. So I'm gonna hold on to that. And I loved this when I was a kid. So I might hold on to that and put it with... My sister is keeping a couple of my sentimental items, so... so, more Harry Potter, an original Care Bear. By the way, I've got an original Alf on the floor down there. Harry Potter, ooh, an old Clue game. More Harry Potter mini wands. Harry Potter journals. And Harry Potter, like, coloring books and stuff. I know it's dark in here. So, there's that. And then, over here, we have all my Tomb Raider stuff will be put together. I don't know. I mean, oh, gosh. I don't know if this is enough to even, because I'm going to pack most. See, I'm keeping this. This was hand drawn for me by the comic book artist Adam Hughes. So, I am not getting rid of that. I don't know, because I'm getting rid of stuff, just because I'm just really putting stuff in boxes to get ready for the yard sale. That is very, very old and very cool. This stuff is getting boxed up and hopefully sold. I'm going to keep this piece of artwork of Bellatrix, and she's going to go in that book of where I'm keeping artwork. Alan Rickman is staying with me. I would like to keep this Alan Rickman too. He's extremely fragile though. So I don't know. And Dobby is staying with me. So, Snoof is staying with me. I was gonna, oh, and I've got these, yeah, guys, I've got stuff everywhere. I've got these, like, Harry Potter diorama pieces that are gonna go. I just had a very hard emotional moment realizing that I'm getting rid of my Pink Floyd stuff. And I wanted to keep all of my music stuff because music means the most to me. But I have to remind myself that a lot of it's books and I can replace books. Some of the stuff I can't. Well, I could replace, like the toys, but those are Series 1 from 2003. I've had them for a long time. Never taken them out of the package. So yeah, I could probably find them again one day, but it'd probably cost me. The collection stuff. It's very weird because we lived here for so long with this room being just stacks of bins, and then we finally got bookshelves so we could display stuff, and I started displaying most of my collection. Like I said, I've got like I'll show you the magazines and stuff that I have. But like most of the toys and stuff have been displayed, and now here I am getting rid of it. And so the goal is to have this room be empty. I am keeping my Warren doll backdrop. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but Devin gave it to me and I really love it. So, and it's like part of my personality, so I'm going to have to find something to do with that gigantic skull banner. But my goal is to have an empty room because we want to paint the house. And if we don't have stuff up against the walls or on the walls, because when we do the yard sale, I'm selling my bookshelves. Except for the coffin. The coffin will stay with us. The coffin shelf will stay with us until we actually move. But all the other bookshelves I'm going to be selling at the yard sale. Hopefully. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can sell this stuff. So that's our goal, is to have walls that are easier to paint, you know. And if you don't have stuff, then it's a lot easier. Just come in, knock the room out, and get done. We've been meaning to paint this house since we've moved into this house, and it's way past time. But yeah, this shelf is not going anywhere, and the crow picture that my friend Terry painted, I am keeping. Most of my, pretty much all the posters are going. We have a Nuka-Cola, Fallout 4, Tomb Raider, and then we have our maps from like Skyrim and the Fallout games, and those are going. We're going to just get rid of them. Warren doll will probably, I don't know if it's going to stay on the wall. I mean, I don't know if it's going to stay on the wall or get folded up. It's going to have to come down while we paint, but it might go back up because we're going to paint the walls gray, and that would look really good on a gray wall. But, I don't know. This whole journey has mentally been a lot. Like I said earlier, or maybe it was in the previous miscellany vlog, since I'm doing the collection. It's the same day, but I'm doing the collection in a separate vlog. But like I said in the previous one, with just all the trash and stuff, it's like, I'm amazed at how much stuff I held on to for no reason. Like, I think I got glass in my finger from that old iPhone. But some of the stuff, I mean, I've held on to it for, I don't know why. I don't know why. Is that your convertible top?
Mm-hmm.
And technically, I don't have to get rid of my collection right now because we're not moving anytime soon. But the whole point of this is to learn to not hold on to things like that. And I kind of am looking forward to embracing some minimalism. I think I need some minimalism in my life. Because obviously I'm not a hoarder, but obviously I do hold on to things because I have that maybe one day, and then I have to realize this has been in a bin for years. So, yeah. Okay, I thought I would start with my Tomb Raider collection. I have a sealed 2003 calendar. I actually have two sealed ones. One unsealed, and then a movie Tomb Raider unsealed calendar from 2002. These are the magazines that I have collected. Now, I have a whole stack of just Angelina Jolie magazines, but these are my Tomb Raider magazines. And a poster. And another poster. Stickers. Thank you. The dog came to kiss me. Angel of Darkness walkthrough. Entertainment magazine. PSM. Another one of those posters. What's that face for, monkey? What's that face for? Walkthrough guide, walkthrough guide, walkthrough guide. Okay, so that's it for that. I have an unopened collectible card game. And then I have booster packs for that card game. This is, oh, I don't know who she is. This is not Tomb Raider. That is, who the hell is that? Anyway, this is a Lara Croft from a diorama. Okay. Somewhere I have the box to this. I have got to find it. Unfortunately, she lost the back of her ponytail. And I do have the piece somewhere. I'm going to glue it on. And here's my Tomb Raider lunchbox, a bobblehead, and then the black gown. That's just something an artist did. Here's an opened card game. And here's another unopened one. I have 2 novels. And this is my prize. This is signed by Andy Park. And this one is signed by Adam Hughes. The same person that did my, the same artist that did this for me. And here's my Tomb Raider belt buckle I used to wear with my belt, but unfortunately it broke. The remainder of my toys. Never opened. God, it's dark in here. That is getting yellow with age. Look at that. Wow. I also have this cardboard stand-up. And then in here I have my diorama toys, which these are just going to be put in that plastic bag. So I've got 3 Angie ones, and then the classic Lara Croft on motorcycle. Okay, I found more books, and I found more. I found another sealed calendar from 2004. A sealed calendar from 2002. The official Tomb Raider files. These are my favorite. I love these graphic novels. I love the artwork. Just gorgeous artwork. Absolutely stunning. Monkey stunning too. She's a very good girl and a very good helper. Tomb Raider and the Lost Artifact. Can I help you? And then I've got 2 of these. And these are full of those collectible cards. Because if you collected them, you had a chance of getting signed cards. And here are my stack of Tomb Raider comics. Back when it was Top Cow, I believe. One of my favorite ones in here is where she's with Sarah from Witchblade. Man, freaking love Adam Hughes. I said freaking. I didn't say a bad word. Don't stare at me like that. Don't judge me. You're judging me. I can feel it. Thank you for kisses. Yeah, look at this. Okay, Lara Croft and Sarah. Hello. Hello. Right? 1, 2. I mean, if somebody collects Tomb Raider comics, I've got a nice stack of them. Or if somebody's interested in them, I've got a nice stack of them. And this was all I spent my money on for a long time. This and Harry Potter. And there's another, this is a Witchblade with Lara Croft. So I believe that's it for my Tomb Raider collection. This is one quilt that my grandmother made. So, and this is one. I love this wedding ring pattern. The only reason I'm not showing you, I just had them on the quilt rack. I forgot to take a video, but we're possibly fixing to sell these to neighbors, so I want to take a quick video of this. Okay, I know the room is a mess, but this is also Sentimental. This was purchased from a family, was purchased by a family member in 1902, so I'm guessing it is 1800s. And this is absolutely 1800s. It was owned by a family member. So, it's my spinning wheel and my rocking chair. So, these 2 items and the 2 quilts, which I have sold to a neighbor who will lovingly take care of them, were my most important sentimental large things. I've got a few small things coming up. Well, I'm back with bad lighting, and the reason why is because Hurricane Zeta knocked out our power. We haven't had power for 12 hours now. So I figured the only thing I could do, really, is to work on my Konmari. So I'm going to do Sentimental today instead of doing the collection. So I'm going to do it a little bit out of order, and that's because the collection is in the nerd room, which is extremely dark because it doesn't get much natural light coming into the room at all. So my Sentimental stuff is at least in the front room so I can open up the windows and get light coming in. And I figured what I would do today is just start with my pictures. Obviously I can't go through and scan anything, but what I thought I would do is I have a lot of pictures from just when I was like practicing photography and stuff. So I've got like tons of pictures of trees and birds and other people's horses and stuff that really I don't need to keep at all. So I'm just going to throw those away, and I'm going to keep pictures with me in them and with family members in them. So I'm not going to show you me throwing all the pictures away. I'm just going to, we'll go through the ones that I'm keeping. And there is a segment with the quilts that I gave to a neighbor, that my grandmother's quilts, and that was pre-filmed because it's us standing in the hallway with the hall lights on. So if you're like, well, you have power, that's because it was pre-filmed, because I actually sold those quilts to a neighbor. So I'm going to start going through pictures and we'll see what I come up with. I mean, I guess the whole point is to watch me do it, but I don't think I'm going to get sentimental over just going through pictures, because like I said, the ones that I want to keep, okay, as soon as I open up the lid, there's a picture of me. Oh my god, and I was so skinny. And my car, Angie, that I had for 11 years. I love that car so much. So I'm just going to sit here and go through these pictures, and then I'll get rid of the ones that are not necessary, and then I'll come back and we'll talk. Okay, so I've been going through pictures for a few minutes. I have undeveloped rolls of film that probably, one I'll never develop because probably they're trees and such. But yeah, you know what? That's one thing that I don't miss about film, because it's like you have to have the money to buy the film, and then you have to have the money to get them developed and printed, and I don't miss that. There's a photo I did in Providence, Rhode Island. Oh. Oh! I have found naughty photos of myself, so I'm not showing them to you. Oh, here's a good one. That's me in Providence. Oh my god. You know what? Looking at all these pictures when I was really skinny makes me very sad, especially because I thought I was fat. And now I'm like, oh my god, can I please be 40 pounds lighter? Okay, well, those pictures I cannot show. Wow. Okay, this is a cool picture. This, I'm going to cover up these people's faces because I don't have permission to show them. But this was my boss. This was my boss right here. That was her daughter. And then there is me, covered in mud. The back part of me is muddier, and I'll tell you why. Do you see the mule, the donkey? Her name was Sassy. The last horse barn that I was employed at, not where my horses were, the last one I was employed at in 2007, the owner had some horses boarded down the road in a pasture, and she had a donkey down there because if you don't know, donkeys are good pasture mates for horses because donkeys will kill coyotes. So if you have cows, if you notice, if you go by pastures and you see like a bunch of cows, you'll usually see a donkey out there. That's why. So anyway, the guy that owned the land called my boss and said that Sassy the donkey was stuck in the drinking hole. And so we rode out there, and it was 45 degrees that day. And she was completely, this was one of the proudest moments of my life, actually. Her body was completely submerged in mud. She was stuck. And she was kind of half laying on her side. And her head and neck were out, but she was exhausted and she was having a hard time keeping her head above the water. So the boss's daughter ran down to the front of Sassy and started trying to clear mud. and I was holding her head, clearing her nostrils of mud so she could breathe. And the poor little thing, she actually bit my leg, but it wasn't out of being mean. She was trying to use my leg and my pants to like pull herself up. And so I was holding her head, and then I noticed that the more Stephanie was trying to clear, the more water would rush in. So there was logs. It was in a wooded area, and so I got out from underneath, because I had been laying underneath her. That's why my back was so many. I had been laying underneath her, holding her head up so she wouldn't drown. And so I saw a log that was nearby, and so I got up and I dragged the log over and put it underneath her head to prop her head up. And then while Stephanie was trying to clear mud away, I was bringing her logs, and we were building a dam to try to keep the water from coming back in so that we could actually clear mud from underneath the donkey. And this was a 2.5-hour ordeal. Okay, listen to this. The guy that owned the property did nothing. My boss had left to go see if she could find a backhoe. And so she was gone. So it was just me and this teenage girl trying to save this donkey's life, with this grown-ass man standing there just watching us. Just watching us. So it was literally 2.5 hours, 45 degrees outside. The water temperature was ridiculous. I almost lost my shoes, but they were my favorite Doc Martens, so I curled up my toes inside of them to try to pull them out. I did not end up losing my shoes. But anyway, long story short, she finally came back with a dang backhoe. And she threw us some ratchet straps. And what we did was we threw them over the front of the donkey. So Stephanie was in the front where she had cleared out that part of the mud while I had built the dam around. And then I reached down underneath and she passed them to me. And then we pulled them up and we hooked them to the backhoe and we were able to drag her out. Now she was fine. We ended up loading her up and taking her to the barn. And the vet checked her out. She was fine. She was just exhausted. And she was 42 at the time. Donkeys live for a long time. But, yeah, that was one of my proudest moments of my life. Rescuing a donkey from drowning in a mud pit, which would have been a horrible, horrible death. So, and that was also the most scared I have ever been of having hypothermia. I went home and took a shower. I had to go back to work because I still had work to do. But I didn't live that far from the barn, so I went home and took a shower, and no matter how hot I got the water, I could not warm up. It was the cold that was from the inside of my body, and I was honestly scared I was going to have to go to the hospital because it was so bad. After being in water that cold, submerged for that, with my lower extremities submerged for that long, it was very scary. But it was a proud moment nonetheless. So there you have it. Oh my god, guys, I've got so much stuff to go through. I thought that this would be something productive I could do, but this is just another nightmare. There is more stuff here than I really want to scan, so I'm probably going to have to get it down to the sentimental pictures and then really think about which ones I honestly want to keep. Because that's just, it's too much. I don't need 1,000 pictures. I don't know, because this is the thing. We scan them. We might even put them on discs. How often do we really go back and look at them? Do you know what pictures? I will look at pictures of myself when I'm skinny, just so I can show people that yes, I used to be skinny. I'll keep some of those, but honestly, even the ones when I was a teenager, most of the pictures are just like weird family members that are no longer in our lives. That, I don't know, it's just weird. You really have to pick and choose your battles with this sentimental thing. I'm sorry. It's very strange because, yeah, there's, like, here's a picture of me and my sister hugging at Christmas time in 1983. That's a sweet picture. But will I ever, except for digging through this stuff, will I ever think, oh, I want to see that picture? No, I probably won't. And I know that sounds, I'm not trying to sound bad, because there are some people out there that could not fathom getting rid of any family pictures or anything like that. But like I said, when you're downsizing, you really have to pick and choose your battles. And when it comes to scanning sentimental pictures, you have to think, how often do I go? You know what pictures I look at the most? You know which ones I try to dig up the most? My pictures from 10 years ago when I went to Astoria. Like, because that's where I want to be. Oh, my phone. Well, the sentimental part of pictures is done. All of this is trash. That thing was full. All of this is stuff that's going to be thrown out, including the books. That one little box is what I'm keeping. Except for these big pictures that are going to go in my princess folder. That one tiny little shoebox. Well, it's not a shoebox, it actually is a photo box. But this whole pile is gone. Now, since I don't have power, I can't shred any of it, so it's just going to have to wait. Probably going to put it in a bag and get ready to shred it when we get power back. Hopefully that will be soon. So that was the picture part of KonMari. Okay guys, I'm just going to tell you, this KonMari, I feel like I bit off more than I could chew, because we're not going to be moving anytime soon. And this has been really hard. Some of it was hard emotionally, but most of it actually wasn't, because it does feel good to purge and get rid of stuff that, like these pictures, most of these pictures I never even look at. So, and the ones that I keep, I might go through and get rid of a few more of the ones I kept. So, I mean, pictures of people I went to high school with. I don't keep in touch with anybody from high school. My high school was horrible. I don't know. This has definitely been a serious undertaking, and I think part of what is, I don't know if this is blurry or not, I can't tell if it is, I'm sorry guys, but I think part of what's making it so hard and what's taking so long is because I am doing this by myself. Matt is not helping me, but it's not because he doesn't want to help me. I told him not to, because it's my stuff, you know, so when it's your stuff and your stuff only, it's kind of like somebody else would really just get in the way. And not saying that in a mean way, but it's just like, you know, I would be having to multitask my brain, because I would be trying to do stuff and then he would be like, do you want to keep this? Do you want to keep that? Do you want to keep, you know what I'm saying? And so then my brain would be going all directions, and I have a problem with focusing as it is. And so this is something that I need to stay, that I have to stay like focused on one thing. So, you know, even though he has offered to help me, I have told him numerous times, don't worry about it, because this is my mess and I'm the one that has to go through it. So my back is killing me, guys. I was sitting on the floor going through these pictures. God, that was a pain. I hope our power comes back on. It's already starting to get late in the afternoon. So there you have it. And that was the picture part of the sentimental part of KonMari. I still have a few small things to go through, but that's about it. I'm pretty much almost done, since the quilts were one of the big things and I gave them away. And I showed you I went ahead and filmed that same night I was getting rid of the quilts. I went ahead and filmed the spinning wheel and the rocking chair that had been in my family since the 1800s. So, alright, that's it. I'm tired. Bye.